Hi Shobha, Anandi, very good evening. Welcome to Jaishi Narayanan Creations. Hi Sharda ma'am, good evening. Very good evening to you all. Welcome to Jaishi Narayanan Creations. Hi Geeta, good evening. Hi Vasanti, very good evening. Hi Shobha, good evening. Okay, we will start the session, and as usual before starting the live, let me congratulate the participants who have shared their creations. Okay, now in today's okay, it was Shobha Prem Kumar, the fastest finger, who has shared tangible painting style, the motif Om. Okay, she was the first one to share her creations. Then we have a similar person. This is Krupas. She has also completed the work and shared it to me. Thank you so much, both of you. It has come out very well, and I wish you good luck. Then we have one more person. This is Ranjini, who has done the Tolu style of choker jewelry. So this is her creation with the two earrings, the choker and the earrings. Thank you so much, Ranjini. Keep creating. Okay, let me begin the session. Fine. Yesterday I was showing you the cutting of the stencil using an OHP sheet. Okay, and because of the OHP sheet it was too blurry, and I also could not complete the work properly, and a few of you have messaged me to show it on a different base. Okay, so here I have taken the white paper, that is A4 paper. Now here we have both the stencils drawn and cut. Now you could see the difference between the two. One has the dress and then the basket on the head. Okay, the other one has the body portion cut. So we have two different stencils, and this is two papers. I have stapled it, both the paper together, because I wanted a little sturdy. In colleges when we go, we normally use them to use only the, we tell them to use only the paper and not the OHP sheet, because it takes more time. This could be done instantly, so we prefer to teach them on the paper. That is how we have done it. I have also done it, and now when I place it on the sari, the base cloth, now you could see the designs. What are the portions I have cut here? So as I told you, the basket and the dress material, dress portion, and in the other one, leaving the basket and the dress, the rest of the portions are cut. That is the two legs, the two hands, the face and the neck portion, the shoulder and the neck portion. Similarly for all the three I have cut. Then what you do is, in case if you are using this particular paper cutout, the stencil on the paper, using the paper, when you cut a stencil, you can use it for about 10 to 15 times, not more than that. Afterwards it becomes shapeless, so you have to discard it. But on the other hand, when you do it on an OHP sheet, it is permanent and you can reserve it forever, lifetime you can use it. Okay, with the paper it is not so. So just for you to understand, I have done it on the paper, and when you do it, don't do it with a single paper, attach two paper together. So after cutting it, you can just, before cutting the thing, you just staple the paper at the four corners, then finish off the cutting and then apply glue and then paste it all the four sides. Okay, just apply very little glue and then stick it so that the paper does not lift. And all over here I have applied glue and I have stuck the paper. So you have a thick sort of stencil. Of course, this is a paper. I told you this cannot be used forever. After a few usage, you have to just discard it. So now we will do it on the, I will show it with the, because stencil, I'm sure all of you must have seen the stencil and you must have used it also, but on the paper you have not done it. So one portion I can do it with the stencil, the other portion I can do it with the paper also. Okay, here we have the cutting. Can you see? This is the head, not the head, sorry, this is the basket. So I will take the other set from the paper. One is with the basket and the dress. Then from the paper I will take the other portion. So we have both one OHP and one this thing, paper. Okay. Now let me just place it. You can spread the fabric on a waste cloth like this. Spread it on a table and then spread the fabric on which you are going to do the stencil work. The sari, the dupatta or any other dress materials. Okay. Just spread it out and then be ready with the stencil. So these two are the same. So I don't want. I will take the other one. Yes. We have this. Fine. Okay. There is no need for you to pin it up either to the frame or using the duct tape or the cello tape. No need at all. Just spread it firmly on the table. Before painting on the fabric, spread a waste cloth at the bottom so that whatever there is extra will be absorbed by the base cloth and your piece on the top will be perfect. And there is no need for you to use or to dilute the paint with water. Okay, just load the brush or the sponge or the dabbing brush, load it with the paint and then start dabbing it. The technique we use here for the stenciling is dabbing. Any kind of designs you can do. Maybe sometime later we will have a floral pattern also. I have the stencil ready with me and many of you have requested. I wore this sari a few times, so many of you have requested the coloring part of it. So I thought I could do this first and then the floral pattern in the days to come. So we have a multiple stencil with a bouquet of flowers. So we will do that also. Not immediately, maybe next week we will do. Okay. Now this is the black portion. So let me reserve the black portion towards the end. I'll start with the, yeah, it's here. Can you see the color? I will start with the main portion, the dress materials and the basket. For the basket, I'm going to use maroon color. Color, of course, is not hard and fast rule. You can choose any color depending upon the color of the fabric. You decide the color combination and start working on that. Hope my audio and video are clear. Please let me know. Let me get ready with the, and of course those who don't have these kind of sponges, you can take the mobbing sponge and then make it into a small ball shaped and tie it around a wooden stick like this. So this is also very handy and it's very, very small in size, so you can easily do the work. Because these sponges are very, very expensive. And try to have different sponges for different colors. Don't use, of course this is dried actually, nothing will happen to the colors. Even if you add maroon or black to it, the color will not mix or it will not damage your piece, but better to have different good number of sponges. Hi Meenakshi, Venkatashri Gauri, good evening, welcome. So let me keep this aside. Whenever you use a stencil for painting, the work is very made easy and simple also. So later on, only after the entire color dries, the coloring part of it dries, you can start with the detailing. Okay. So now it is for the dresses. So we have 3 numbers, 3 different ladies going. So we will have 3 different colors. And of course for the basket and for the log of wood, it will be common for all the 3, because I want to make it somewhat very good looking. I didn't want to change the color for the basket of one lady with a different color and for the other lady another color. Okay, let it be uniform for all the 3 what they carry on top of the head. And then for, of course the dresses will be of different color. So one dress will be like orange I will take, the other one will be golden yellow, then we have crimson. Okay, so these 3 colors. You can have a brush also, brush in the sense just to take the paint from the bottle and apply on the sponge in case if you need to. Hi Usha, hi Samyukta, good evening, good evening. So now let me transfer the color. Fine. First is at the top for the head portion. Let me take maroon color. This is the handmade one, so I am going to use this. Just see how I am loading the sponge. Loading itself is very technically done. Don't just dip it and then do it on the board. You load the sponge like this, so that whatever is extra there, either it will get penetrated into the sponge or it will be left on the palette itself. Just hold it, dab it, somebody was asking me whether they can do instead of the sponge, whether they can use the brush. Better not to, because it's like any other painting, so better not to do that. Use the sponge, and every now and then whenever there is less paint in the sponge, you load it again and then start dabbing it. Okay, this is how it should be done, and any extra paint will be absorbed by the base fabric. Hi Nagamani, namaste. Oh, thank you so much for joining. Please do stay connected for future sessions. And this is a stencil painting on a saree. I'm doing the stenciling, I'm doing it on a piece of fabric, and towards the end of the session I will show you the fully finished saree. Actually it's my sister's saree. Both of us have together done it, so I thought I could share it with you all, the technique and the finished one too. This is the basket and the log, wooden logs that which they are carrying. Okay, they are returning from the forest. Hope this is clear. Third one, okay, let me move later. I think I need to move the fabric. Can you all see the third picture, what I'm doing right now? Hope I have positioned it properly. Hi Vasanti ma'am, good evening, welcome. And loading, Nagamani, just see, and for loading the sponge, just don't dip it like this into the paint. After taking little paint, keep twisting the sponge like this so that it is spread out evenly on the sponge. That will help you in a perfect application on the fabric. Okay. Done. The same color I need to apply when we do the other stencil. I'll let you know. So now done with the maroon color. Okay. I will just show you before I proceed with the second color. Just let me know whether this thing is clear. The third one is also clear. You want me to shift the frame or is it clear to you? I will just shift it little bit because in my this thing, when I zoom it, I could see, open the screen, I could see all the three. I don't know about you. Okay, fine. A little bit. Okay, done. Fine. Now, just see the painted portion. This will not be thick after it dries. It will be just flat and very thin application. You could feel you could feel slight difference, unlike the brush. Okay, when you do with a brush, it is like a print. But here, since we keep on dabbing on top again and again, so there might be a little extra paint which we would have added on the fabric. Hi Satya. Hi Anandi. Okay, thank you Anandi. Thank you so much. Now we will move on to the next color. So the next colors will be of 3 different shades. So one will be, as I told you, chrome yellow. The colors, of course, of your choice. Please don't stick on to the same color because I wanted these color because I've used these colors on the saree. So I thought I could use the same color for you all to understand. Okay. Very little is enough. Whenever you do stenciling, less paint is normally used when compared to the other technique of using the brush. Thank you, Satya. Then we have orange. Then we have crimson. This crimson is, I will use this brush because it's very less in quantity. Now I'll take another sponge. So for the first one, let me use chrome yellow. Okay, let me use chrome yellow. Just twist the sponge like this. Load the sponge with the paint. Now here. This is the hand, not cut. So above the hand and below the hand you have the dress. Just keep it like this and then start dabbing the color. As far as this is concerned, this particular design, the motif is concerned, there is no need for you to blend the shades. But for the flowers and all, you need to do the blending, especially with the multiple stencil. That we will do in due course. Don't just rub it, dab it. Dabbing will help you in a perfect application on the fabric, okay? Especially when you do with the stencil. Now let me use the next color. Thank you, Usha. Thank you so much. The next color will be orange. So I'm going to load the sponge with the orange, the dabbing sponge, handmade, homemade rather. Make sure that you apply the color close to the cut. With a single stencil of this motif, it is very difficult to paint it because you have black for the hands and for the legs also. So the colors might blend with one another. So better not to use a single stencil. And the other technique is like normal painting. You need to trace the design first, spend time for that, which is very strenuous, and then start coloring it with a brush. So this is made very easier. Any motif can be done like this if you want a continuous placement on the saree. Now we have done the orange for the second lady. Now the third lady will be of crimson red. So I will take one more different sponge, and then let me load the brush with crimson because I have very less. I took a wrong bottle. I think I can place it here and then load the. Okay. Done. Now the third one. Even while dabbing also, see how I am twisting the sponge. This will help you in a thin coating of the color. These small tips will help you a lot. Hi Deepa, good evening. Okay, now we are done with the basket and the dress. Okay, now let me just show you what I have done. Let me just lift the stencil. Yeah, now we have these portions colored. Understood? You just give a gap of 2 to 3 minutes, let the color dry. Now the basket's color, the brown color, the maroon color which we have applied here is almost dried. Now this is little bit. Now this will be wet. Okay, the next step is to place the another stencil which has the other portions cut. Now you have the face, hands and the legs. So now you will be placing it on top like this. Just like this. Yes. It will set on its own perfectly. Okay, now I'll just show you with a thing. Just see here, this is a dress portion, perfectly coinciding with that. Then at the bottom where it ends, exactly it's the same position. Let me not press the paper because it is not yet dried fully. And here also this orange sets, and then here the orange, the maroon here, Yes, done. The bottom, everything is done. Okay. Now we have placed it. I will just give a gentle press. Don't press too much. The paper, let me see whether there is paint on the paper. No, except red. The other two are almost dry. Okay, now we need black. So final coloring is with black. Let me take black. Yes. Let me wash the brush first. Okay. Now let me take another. A smaller one I am taking. So this is another way of loading the sponge. Just take little. Keep loading it. Uh, 10 to 15 times maximum you can use this paper color stencil. Okay, not more than that. Though it becomes stiff enough, may not be that good for you to use it again and again. Whereas it is not the case with the OHP sheet. Just let me pour the paint so that I can do it fast. There will be a lot of wastages, definitely, because we are doing it on the paper also. Never mind. Don't add water, it will blot in case if the fabric is not that good enough. So don't take a chance, use direct paint. Now I am leaving little gap here between the feet and the ankle. Okay, very little gap, or maybe it's very lightly stenciled, or applied color. Okay, I'll tell you why we are doing that, because I want to have a sort of reddish tinge over there. So now, using the same brush, take little maroon. There is maroon in the plate itself. Same on the same sponge, I am loading it with little. Okay, I am loading it with little maroon. somewhat brownish. Okay, just apply little above the feet, make it brownish. Done. So now this is over. We'll show you. Just see this. Okay. Now the back side is perfect, no damage, no oozing of the color. That's why I told you to use 2 sheets stapled together. Understand? So maximum 10 to 15 times you can use this paper. After that it becomes like puppet, so stiff, and all these things would have will become shapeless. Okay, so you can use this kind of one picture I have done. In case if you find there is any like the color not being done properly, you can always use very little of paint in the brush and then adjust it. Okay, now I have another piece where I have done it. We will do the detailing on that. Is it clear, the technique? I am not doing all the 3 because it's the same technique which I am going to do for the rest of the 2 also. So better not to waste time. And now see, whatever color is extra is transferred on the fabric. Okay. Now you can slowly shift the, one second. You can slowly shift the base fabric little bit either to your right or to your left. Okay, just lift it. Now you can place the painted one this side. Just a minute. Okay. So these are 2 big ones. If the motifs are, I have used these the bigger ones for the pallu, because in the pallu it's very huge. The picture is a huge one. Okay. Now I can even put the frame also for detailing. I have done all the 3. So let me frame it. Any doubt? Just see the work. Okay. Now we will start the detailing. Here for this color and to go with this color and color for the dresses, I am going to use only white. On the other hand, you can use, as I told you earlier, you can use whatever color you feel like. Okay, I thought it is still wet. It's dried, almost dried. You can use a liner, you can use a color from the paint itself. So whatever you are comfortable with, you can select that and then you can do the painting. But here I am going to use only white for the detailing. As usual, use 000 brush or number 3. Because I am comfortable only with those 2. Okay, let me just, one second. Now for the head portion, okay, this is the other stencil. On the painted portion we are going to apply the color, so better to mix the paint with little water, 1:1 ratio, that will be fine. We will start from 1. The head decoration, and then we have a ring from the ear, a huge one, okay. Then here on the dress, for the dress you can have one second, let me take some more paint. Here at the bottom, make the detailing a little prominent, bold, okay. Is that clear? Are you all able to see it? Hi Leela, good evening. Welcome. Some designs of your choice. It should be like a little bit of detailing on the dresses, okay. Now for the ornaments, for the bangles, take directly the paint directly from the bottle, especially for the ornaments. I mean for the bangles and for the done. Now here on the other hand, you can have an opposite spiral done. And dot here and dot in the beginning and the ending. Then little bit decorative things at the bottom also. If it is a dark fabric, you can go with this design. If it's a lighter one, better not to, okay. And then here on the leg also. Okay, then Sure, Venkateshri Gauri. I tried your number. I searched in my messenger also. It is not there. That is why I am just waiting for you to share it to me. And here for the thing on the basket, just fill it up with white. Okay. Just directly message me, your number will add you. Because yesterday also I added 2-3 people, but I could not find your number. Now after this, on the basket, we will do some patterns also. Just take little golden yellow or chrome yellow. Put lines at the sides. Okay, this is done. Now we will have, I'll just show you the second one also. And here for the log of wood, take same yellow color, load your brush with yellow color. These are all tied up. Okay. And then in the center, just do like this. Hi my dear friend, good evening. Now for the thing over here, on the head, take little maroon color itself. And take little white, yellow. Give a slight wash at the top, very slightly. Add the color just towards the top alone. That's it. Okay. Now we will move on to the next one. And here also, for all the three, the detailing will be done with white only. Okay, let me just take the color. This is white. So 1:1 ratio, you can mix it. And then you can do the detailing. You can change the design also, no issues. It need not be the same design. But when you are applying the color, make sure that the color is bright. Okay, don't add too much of water, don't make it too dilute. Some patterns. Whenever I do African style painting, I make sure that this particular bum portion, the designs are uniform for all the three. Okay, 3 or 4 numbers what I am planning to will be the same. Then after the ornaments, we need there. We need to do one more stuff also. Okay, after that, fine. Now we need to show a stick portion what they are holding. So for that, take black color, load the brush with black. Just it comes like this. Make it little thicker. Okay. Then here at the top, the extension. Also fine. So this is how you have to do. Understood? Hi Vijayalakshmi, good evening. I will just show you little closer. So after the stenciling, leave it to dry completely. Then start with the detailing. For detailing, you can always frame the cloth, or you can even spread it flat on the on the table with the fabric on top. So you can do the work. So this, sorry. Are you able to see? Anandi, you were asking for the designs. I didn't have time at all today, so I will share it to you soon after this session. Okay. Very simple one and easy also to do. So in 1 hour we have completed one motif. Of course, I was doing it very slowly. We have almost completed one panel. Okay. So for a saree, it will be around 7 to 8 numbers. So totally by 6 hours, maximum 6 hours you can complete, and provided you spread the fabric on a table. Okay. If you are going to frame it for each and every this thing patch, then it will take more time. You cannot shift it. So but when you are doing it with a waste cloth underneath and placing the original one on top of it and doing the painting, you can continuously do the coloring. Okay, so this is the one for today's session. I will be sharing you the finished article also, the full saree with the pallu, huge pallu pattern, same the 3 ladies one, but it will be more than say about 2 feet. Okay, I'll show you, I'll share the thing and then we can wind up. Any doubt, please ask me. I will clarify immediately. Hope it's all clear to you and easy also to follow. Just take the design. 1 second, I will show you. Whatever design you want to do, just trace it on a paper or on an OHP sheet. On the OHP sheet, you need to draw with the marker pen, but on the paper, you can trace it. After tracing, you decide what are the portions to be cut in one stencil and the rest in the other stencil, and if needed, you may go for the third one also. So suppose if you feel you are not able to do the top portion here, then you can have one more stencil where you will have all these portions as it is and only the top portion cut. So that is left to you. Okay, so in that case you will have 3 stencils. So place any one first and then place any one first, then start the coloring. Okay, start the coloring and then give little 1 or 2 minutes time. Then lift the stencil, then place the second one on top, and then fill the rest of the gaps like this. Thank you, Leela. Thank you, Shobha. Thank you, Sharda ma'am. Using the second stencil, fill the rest of the portion. And then third, if you need, you have to place it again. Do the stenciling by using the dabbing technique, using a sponge. Then leave it to dry completely. Drying time, nearly you need leave at least minimum 10 to 15 minutes. Don't take a chance before that. Okay. Once the color is set firm on the fabric, start with the detailing. Not much of detailing. If you are comfortable with the liner, go ahead. But for these things on the legs and for the hands, use only the paint and not the liner. Okay. Do that way and complete the work. And this should be placed like this is 1 second. This is 11 inches, right? So you need to leave 2 and 2 on either side. So totally this picture alone will be around 7 inches, all the three placed. Okay. Then again you leave about 7 inches gap and continue with the second motif. Then again 7 inches gap, continue with the motif. Let me spread the sari and show you. Just give me 2 minutes time. First I'll show you the pallu. Same pattern but a huge one. Okay, this is the pallu pattern. Hi Jyoti, good evening. I will just push it from one end. Since this is a bigger one, we have added the basket at the back also. She is carrying a basket. Understand? And look at the detailing. I have used a contrast color of red and white. And then it's like the basket is like a weaved one. So that technique I have done. Then the second lady with orange color filled. Understood? And see the bottom, huge one. This is this is nearly 2 feet. Thank you, Shobha. Thank you, Leela. Then we have the third one, red color. Understood? Since it's a bigger one, you could see the other airdrop also in all the three. In the smaller one I have not done, but in a bigger one I have done. Okay. Then we will move on to the motifs. The bottom and the top motifs are less smaller in size, say 7 inches. So yes. Chiffon saree, little doubtful, Anandi. You can just try at one corner. Okay, this is. Then we have the same thing throughout. Sorry, I'll hold it. Just try only a single motif in one corner. Then let us see. You let me know the feedback, because on chiffon I have not tried. Understood? And it goes like this. Throughout. Throughout the saree, it's like this. Place at equi intervals. Now you can see on the other side that it's a continuation, okay, and here also the continuation. Any doubt? We'll share the design. You can also try. I can try on tote bags. You can try on dupattas. Try on any wearables. On saree, this will look very pretty. Small size only, around 7 inches height. And this also around 7 inches in length and breadth. It's more or less like a squarish. Okay. Please do try and let me know your feedback, how it works out on different kinds of fabrics. Similarly, at the top also we have the same portion. At the top, this is the bottom towards the fall, and this is the top portion. And just see here the reddish tinge which I have given. Can you see? On black, not directly on the fabric. First give black, then add little maroon on it before the black dries. But that kind of shading and all we will do later. Okay. Thank you, Meenakshi. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining and making it a grand success, I should say. Yesterday we could not complete it because of the network issue. But today we are very lucky, we have completed. And tomorrow join me in the Facebook Hobby Ideas TV for another show. Okay. That is under Hobby Ideas. And next week we will have our session. The saree was done by both of us. This is her saree and done by both of us. Okay. Thank you, Meenakshi. Thank you, Sharda ma'am. Thank you. Any doubts? So stenciling is something very, very interesting, easy and simple also. You can finish a saree in 2 days. Full saree, including the pallu. Okay. Because when you use a stencil, we are using the sponge and the time taken is very less, and the spreading of the color, the application of the color on the fabric is also easier. So in no time you complete it. Okay. And you have to spread a fabric underneath any old bedsheet or any old saree like cotton saree, and then keep move the top cloth along with the bottom fabric. Thank you all. Thank you so much. And do a piece for yourself and do share it. Okay. Thank you everyone. We'll meet again soon by Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday is this thing, that is Independence Day. So maybe by Monday we will have this session and have something interesting for you for Monday. I mean for the next session. So bye bye all. I'm winding up. Thank you all.